Miley Cyrus, this is so offensive. What has she done?
Miley Cyrus has upset the Asian community by taking a photo where she is slanting her eyes. Now, to her credit, there is a man of real Asian descent in the photo. So if she has an Asian friend, I mean, it's okay, right?
Does she get the immunity idol for that?
I don't know. I mean, that's the question here.
Oh, my God. And the Asian guy isn't doing it. Is that funnier? I think that's funnier, isn't it? Okay, first of all, I denounce and reject myself for laughing at any of this. Is Miley Cyrus, is she the one, like, third from the left? Is that what's happening?
No. She's in the middle. She's sitting on that dude's lap. That's her sexy model boyfriend.
Right, third from the left. Okay, yeah. I can't even tell from that picture. I'm like, is she Asian? No, all right. Now, here's the deal, right? This is the important time when we decide whether we judge Miley Cyrus or not.
Right.
Is she guilty? Is she not guilty? And now I came out against the Spanish team when they did something very similar during the Olympics, the Spanish basketball team, if you remember. Come on, they should have known better. And what kind of a dumb advertising thing was that? But they did not have the immunity idol. They did not have an Asian with them. Here they do. It changes the equation a little bit.
And they're also 15 years old, Cenk.
Yes, that also changes the equation a little bit. And I think my ultimate conclusion here is not guilty. Not guilty. Because you know what they're doing? They're young kids. They're goofing around. It's not like they hate Asians, obviously, right? And here I goof around about the immunity idol thing, but I think there's some reality to it. If you have Asian friends and you make jokes about Asians and they make jokes about you, whatever you happen to be, in Miley Cyrus's case, it's a redneck hick. See, I'm kidding. You see that? Then it's okay. Then it's all in the family. But if you Rush Limbaugh and you've never met an Asian in your life, and you're like, yeah, these are Asian, then yeah, okay, that's a different context. So I'm going not guilty. Are you with me or against me?
I'm going to say not guilty, but for other reasons, mostly because she's a 15-year-old girl.
All right.
She is just goofing around with her friends. I don't think that she has this negative agenda out toward Asians, and she's not trying to hate on them or anything. So,
are you sure? I think she's about to bring China down.
Well, I don't. That could be on her agenda, but who knows?
Okay. All right. We have 2-0 so far. It's almost unanimous, but we can't do a racialist issue without a racialist expert, J.R. Jackson.
So I rule not guilty.
Oh, you rule not guilty. Okay,
Yeah,
so that's clear enough.
But now this is the thing. You have to ask this: how would you, Jake Uger, since you're now 50% Chinese,
That's right.
rule on this?
Yes.
How would your woman rule on this?
Now, look, here's the thing, right? You marry someone of a certain race, you get the immunity idol for that. That's a very good question. Does the transfer property work here? Transitive property, can you transfer Asianness on? Now, I married an Asian woman, so does that make me, does that mean I can make Asian jokes all I like? Well, I'm 50-50 on that proposition. That's a hard case to adjudicate. Because in my case, and in most cases I would say, it means obviously you're open to the Asian community. You're very, very open to them, right? But I met one woman once who was married to a Jewish guy, and she was, they later got divorced, but she was wildly anti-Semitic.
And she married a Jewish guy?
I know, because some people are mental, right? She's the girl that before I was making out with her, like in fact, we're in the middle of making out, and then we pause for a second, she goes like, oh, aren't the Jews the worst? I'm like, what?
Who even thinks about that in the middle of making out?
I mean, it was like right out of a Seinfeld, sitcom. I was like, what? Are you serious? And she's like, and she went on her conspiracy theory, and then of course we continued making out. All right, but anyway. So I don't think marrying a certain race gives you an automatic immunity idol, but it does get you some of the part of the way there. But if you have kids, then I think then you really are talking about, look, my kids are Chinese. What can I do? I can't. I'm not against Asians. My kids are Chinese. I think full immunity idol on that.
But wait a minute. You make fun of Indians all the time by mocking their accent, and all you have is Indian friends. So that makes it okay?
Well, that is a very good point, and I had not considered that. No, the funny thing is, it does, because I'm part of the family. Okay. Now, for those of you out there, you don't know me, and if you don't know that I have 1.5 million Indian friends, you don't know that, right? So I get it, and if you want to judge every once in a while, you know what? Go crazy. Judge away, right? But the reality is, I grew up with all these guys. I'm so not against Indians. They make Indian accents. We do it. I do Indian accents. We all do it together because we kid around. And do they call me Dirty Arab? Of course they do. even though I'm not an Arab, they're
Right.
like, God, Turk, Arab, what the hell's the difference? You're a dirty Arab, and you need to go take a shower. As long as it's all within the family, you can do that.
You know what? I just think everyone should calm down. Like, everyone. I think if someone wants to make fun of another culture, another race, who cares? Like, I think it's part of freedom of speech. Like, an example I could give you is KROQ, which is a local radio station here in Los Angeles. They always make fun of different, nationalities and cultures. And my favorite thing is when they make fun of Armenians and they have that Brow Down song playing in the background, where some Armenian guy is like singing and making fun of, well, actually a Mexican guy is singing and making fun of Armenians, and it's great. It's so good when you can laugh at yourself and not take yourself too seriously. And I just think that, the Asian community and people who are upset at Miley Cyrus need to calm down.
Chief Justice Kasparian has spoken. We have a final verdict. Calm down.